start texting her and say, hey, want to see my titties? And give her a link. You go to the link and then you get this. Bugs.
Hey.
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 Neat.
Neat. Hello.
What?
I just got a thing that we're live.
Oh, are we? I'm not
Yes.
following.
There it is. Okay. Yeah, I've got this going right
It's muted, and it's just
Oh.
Um,
Nathan, what's your character's name? I'll go to you last. But
I got you.
Drozzle.
Drozzle? You spell it?
Delayla.
Drosil.
S-I-L.
Delilah.
Do you want the family name?
Delayla.
Yes.
Hey there, Delilah.
Oh, yeah.
What's your
Huh?
A-Y?
A-R-Y?
Jorlin.
L-I.
L-I-A-K.
Really?
bringing it all back on.
Christian?
Kenan.
Hmm?
Kenan.
Like Kenan and Kale.
Like K-E-N-A-N?
And
K-E-N-N-E-N.
Hey, Kenan.
Jeremy?
Diddle. Name real quick.
Huh? D-I-T-L.
That's a Nard.
Diddle. Because it was on
Good job.
A
Family name?
my
Good.
thing, and I'm like, that works.
Diddle the bargain.
Killian?
I mean, how would you want to?
That's right.
You want to?
P-E-T-R-E all the time.
I want some. I mean, I can.
I am Diddle and I am the barbarian.
His tree.
So I'll. Martin?
Bren. B-R-E-N.
Brendan. What are your characters? Birds.
Calm down.
Rachel?
This is going to be a wild ride.
Ooh, I like that. That's good.
You can change the themes and stuff, so I've got like this whole. Got this whole like the vaporwave kind of thing going on. It's not really this color, but and if you do, because it's just the note taking like computers do. So if you do like one hash, it gives you the large. 2 hashes, it gives you the smaller. And I mean, it's just it's so like over here you can go through and like have like different all that kind of stuff. It's just all, and you can have the sub folders in folders. And that's very cool.
Same.
That's why I what?
Naughty.
Peter.
She's a naughty.
I just only like 3 channels. I
Spider-Folk.
notifications
Got it.
for. It's 2 music ones and then this one.
Zeka.
Second.
No, I hate it.
I got you. Sarah.
McLaughlin.
Film.
I was thinking like a lamp. Oregon.
Didn't even have to.
Oh.
The table. Right. Nailed it first time.
The best.
Bad. Oh, have we started? Hi.
Are we?
Welcome.
Hello.
Sorry, we were busy finishing up some last minute stuff. Welcome back. So we are back to the Fumblecast, and I don't know if any of you have been here before, but we started Fumblecast years ago when we just started. Me, Nathan, Rachel, and Sam were just doing some fun little stuff. But so we're back to Fumblecast. And we are going to be starting something new. What's up? Everything okay?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was in deep thought.
He did look like he was in deep thought.
Something's
Contemplating reality.
just wiggling. Like,
All right. Is it?
it's not that.
Because my hand holds it tight.
Toy.
I don't know. I'm just
Moving on.
Well,
So,
We'll figure it out later.
yep. We are excited to have you with us. This is our first foray into Pathfinder 2E. We have decided we're going to branch out and, as a lot of people are doing, kind of move away from Dungeons & Dragons, and we are moving over into Pathfinder 2E. We're excited about the crunchiness of the system as long as we can get it figured out. But do bear with us as we go, because none of us have ever played Pathfinder before, so it's going to be a learning
A
experience
hoot
for
and a
all of
holler.
us.
Yeah.
So if we don't do something right, let us know. I guess we want to do it right, but yes, there will be times where we don't do it right. But since I'm running it, I can't leave well enough alone and ever just do a by the book world.
By the book.
I can't do it. It's claustrophobic for me. I got to do my own thing. So instead, we are going to be going completely off the rails, and I am going to be using pieces from the old 2nd edition Dungeons and Dragons setting, Planescape, with Sigil, the City of Doors. So,
Oh, Sigil's got food on it.
Sigil does have food on it. It's okay.
That's part of City of Doors.
So, we are going to be using some of that, some of the Pathfinder lore, and
with a chance of meatballs.
mostly the lore that we do ourselves. The lore that it's the friends that we made along the way. It's the lore that we made along the way. We'll just figure it out as we go. As we do. So, but yeah, so we're good. This is the first time we have been playing D&D in some months. We've been playing some other stuff, but this is the first time we're back to like a long-term campaign. So we'll get back into it. Any music you hear will be courtesy of Sirenscape. It's awesome. And so we are about to jump in. Before we jump in, let's just do things a little differently. Let's just go around the table and introduce yourself and the character you're going to be playing. Starting with Nathan.
my name is Nathan. I am playing a fetchling swashbuckler named Drozzle Aureliac. Backstory or?
I mean, whatever you want to say. You can just some basic stuff. You don't have to go into the backstory.
Basic stuff. Family were just a family of thieves that kept getting caught, and he wanted to get away from it. In where was it?
Mm-hmm.
Shadow Absalom, which is a part of Pathfinder. Yeah, which is a sort of a Twilight Realm version of Absalom, right? And there's a
It's
portal.
basically that in the Feywild, like the
Kind of.
It's kind of the D&D equivalent.
And so there's one portal that the town was built around, and he escaped through there.
And now he's here.
And now I'm here.
Rachel?
Hello,
I'm so sorry.
I'm Rachel. I'm playing La'ana Machifuko. She's a spider who craves chaos, and she just has to do what she wants to do. She doesn't like staying, but she also might have issues with the voices in her head.
Okay, so when are you going to tell us about the character?
I know. My bad. I forgot it wasn't all about me. So what?
Sorry, you're leaning right on the hinge of it.
Okay.
What's the bad thing?
I think that's about it. Honestly, she follows the wind and has voices, and yeah,
Like
and
in Australia?
she knows how to bring peace in a myriad of ways. Yeah.
All right. She's an oracle, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, this is what she looks like. Haha. Oh, that's way too fucking far away. They're never gonna see it. Hey,
Yeah.
camera, way over there. Hey, camera. Oh, fucked it. Ah.
All right, Christian.
My character's name's Kenan. He's a little 2'7" raccoon guy.
That's right.
Tan, not the usual gray and black. He likes going around and adventuring.
He's just a little scam.
He's just a little guy.
He's just a little guy.
And he's a Stormwater Druid.
Right. Jeremy?
I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Diddle, a Shuni barbarian.
What barbarian?
Shuni. It's a little puppy.
Oh, okay.
Little.
Anthropomorphic.
Diddle makes more sense.
Yeah, he's a little dog.
When you
He's just
imagine
boy.
that he's a little
He's a good boy.
He's a purebred good boy.
He's a good boy. And his owner named him Diddle.
Is he a happy boy?
Well,
Well,
Until he's not. Until he's not.
Until he's not.
Until he's not. He's a happy boy. He's a bestest boy.
All right.
next.
Killian.
hi, I'm Killian.
Oh,
I am playing a 2-foot poppet. That's an alchemist.
yeah, this is a little people corn.
I don't think Rachel's little. Oh, little people corner. Got it. I didn't hear the corner part.
Well, yeah. So he's kind of, I guess, a healer. I don't know.
Little boy.
I'm a little boy. Little
Puppet
wooden-
is an animated puppet.
Yeah.
By the way.
So I'm like a 2-foot wooden marionette doll. That's like, yeah. I don't know what else.
That's fine. That's good.
Let's go come along.
Martin.
I'm Martin. I'm playing Bryn, a half-elf rogue. Their first job to get in with their guild, they made a big mistake, and so they wound up here.
Row.
Awesome. All right. Well, good deal. So, this is the kind of how everyone knows, like in the group. Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows how they got here. Everybody's about to wake up, and so that's where we'll pick up. All right. Let's see. Who is first? Okay.
This camera's gonna drive me insane.
What?
That camera's gonna drive me insane.
Why?
Because it keeps cutting out. Not cutting out, but stuttering.
Killian.
Hello.
All right.
Don't mind me.
Thank you, buddy.
I'm just doing my job.
No, you're not.
I was doing that job.
That job. Okay. So,
Yeah, job.
as you start to come to consciousness, whatever that looks like for a fucking marionette, as you start to come to consciousness,
His little wind up starts moving again.
It's yours.
what?
Yeah,
Mine-
true
Yours
horse,
is wiggling
Mhm.
and it's making a clicking noise. A clicking noise. What is that from?
I don't know. As you start to
Glittering noise.
Stop.
the clittering. As you start to wake up and to come into cognizance again. The first thing you hear is the muffled voices of a lot of people. So where you're from, not really used. There's not a lot of people.
There's maybe one whole person.
So you hear the muffled voices of a lot of people. It's a lot of groaning and genuine sounds of discomfort. A lot of some cries of pain.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
You smell the most putrid thing you've ever smelled before in your little puppet life, just because you're not used to this kind of thing.
Nope.
It is just like the cattle pens in the dead heat of summer. It is an intense smell of unwashed people and unsanitized
Oh. Sanitized?
unsanitized filth. Okay. You are laying on a hard metal surface, and as you slowly sit up, you see that you are in a metal box. It's probably only 4 foot by 4 foot. It's very small.
Ah.
And it is not only a metal box, it is a metal cage. And the bars on the cage are incredibly close together.
Wow, I wonder why.
Wonder why. So you sit up and you are in this metal cage, and as you look around, your metal cage is kind of sitting on top of a barrel. And as you look around, you see this huge room that is everything, the walls, the floor, the ceiling is all clay and stone. If you could picture what would look like maybe a fighting arena, but underground. Okay, so it's a large open space like that. The roof kind of domes upward. There is sand and dirt on the ground, but the entirety of this probably 120, 150 foot long and about 80 foot wide room is just lined with cages. Most of them way bigger than yours, but just lined with cages. And as you begin to look at the cages and kind of your brain starts to kick in, wow, okay. As your brain starts to kick in, the cages of everyone, it's not animals, but it's all people. Everything in a cage here is some sort of sentient being. You look around and you are kind of on one end of the actual room itself in your small metal cage. As you look around kind of to your left and right, there are multitude of small cages here. So it's kind of like all of the smaller things they have put kind of to the side. And as you begin to look around, you look down into the cage beside you. And so in your cage, laying on the ground, is a fairy. He is probably 18 inches tall, kind of a lithe frame. He's just wearing kind of little woolen pants, but he has huge moth wings on his back. Kind of dusty red hair, and he has some scars on him that look like they're slowly starting to heal. And as you look over, he has like the wound on his head is still kind of welling blood in it, and he is kind of unconscious, laying next to you in the cage.
Is Patches with me? No. Not my friend.
We're gonna have to remake Patches, motherfucker.
No.
Yeah. You know.
Cool. Great. So yeah, I'll kind of just go to the fairy.
Okay.
Stays unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Or kind of just start inspecting the head wound.
Okay.
Just make sure it's nothing more dangerous than what it could be, or whatever.
Roll me a medicine check.
Yay!
First roll.
First roll. So it's the same as D&D. It's a D20 and whatever.
Fuck it.
Hey, that's a natural 20 plus 5. Shit.
What a way to start.
What a way to start. How auspicious. All down here.
I'm just looking at the 20.
All downhill from
Only
here.
place to go is down.
No.
Okay. So
No. Manifest all 20.
as you begin to
Will
kind of
resistance.
to poke and prod at his wound, you do see that while the cut is superficial, it's from something blunt that hit him that probably ripped. He probably you can guarantee that he has a concussion and that he's been unconscious for a while.
That's not a good sign.
That's not.
Nope. Try to wake him up. Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
He just kind of groans but it's enough of head trauma that just shaking him is not going to wake him up. You're going to need to let him either sleep it off or do something to help him.
Okay. I'll let him be for the time being. Just kind of go to, I guess, the opposite side of the cage.
It's not that big.
Yeah.
I mean,
It wouldn't be that far.
you're talking a 4 foot by 4 foot
Yep.
cage.
I move like 1 foot and like, okay.
Yeah.
The fairy takes up half.
Yes.
Oh my god, could you give me some room? Jeez. Okay,
You're cutting.
is there like a cage like right next to me?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody in it?
So the one right next to you is a metal box.
Oh.
There are no bars. And like as you're looking at it, you kind of lean forward, and in the front of it there is the tiniest slit in the very front, but it's just a solid metal box.
Hello? Hello?
The box just goes and just starts to shake.
It's my pet monster.
Stop. I'll try again next time. God.
They're friendship, don't worry.
Rage.
Well, this isn't good. Okay, I need answers. I'm gonna go try to wake that dude up.
Okay.
Just slap him.
Damn. You slap the concussed.
Or
We're not gonna slap him in the head.
what are you slapping, bro?
Spank the ass.
I just need him up. God damn it. I don't have anything on me either. So
Do you have to have things on you to do your magic?
I don't have magic.
He's an artificer. Not a wizard.
So yes. Yes, I need stuff. Okay. Well, this might hurt just a tad. Okay. We're gonna, is there a different wound? You said other ones were like starting to like heal up.
Starting to heal over. I mean, there's many wounds, but it's just a lot of small
I'll
ones.
stick my finger in one of the wounds.
Is that it? Like just
Jesus Christ!
pinch a nerve.
I'm just like, hello.
All right, he whimpers in his unconscious state.
Now show me on this doll where the back is.
Show me on the doll where the doll touched you.
I don't understand this.
Still not getting up, huh?
No.
Alright.
You hear heavy boots on the ground. And coming around the corner from a passageway off to your right into the room is a 9.5 foot tall,
God damn.
powerfully built man.
Daddy?
He is wearing long white robes.
Not daddy.
Long white robes
You're so strong.
with his face seems to be sculpted perfectly from marble.
Wow.
His hair is he has white hair that is swept back into a ponytail, but at the end of the ponytail it almost looks like the hair has been dragged through blood.
Oh.
And when you start to look at him, the bottom of his robe is the same way. It's like pristine white robes, but the further down it gets, there's more rips and tears. And the hem of the robe looks like it has been drugged through a bloody room. He also has huge white feathery wings on his back that are tucked in. And the tips of those that drag the ground also look like they have been drugged through blood. And he steps in and surveys the scene.
Hello?
He completely ignores you.
Ah!
Are you startled from being ignored?
How rude!
Oh.
Minions, we have a potential buyer. Wake them up. And he turns and walks out. So you see poofing into existence and the smell of brimstone and fire, and then some ice, and then some smoke. You see all of these small creatures, about this tall, with long hooked noses and large bat wings, small, lithe, scaly forms that immediately just start to burst into existence all over the room, and they begin to run to these small boxes and open them up and start to grab these little vials and start running to the different cages and pushing them through. As one who, like, as he runs over to you, he is smoldering on fire, this little creature is. And he runs over to you and he rolls violin and then looks at the fairy and then rolls another one and goes, You give to him, and then runs off.
No.
And we're gonna pause.
Don't want.
Never mind, we're not gonna pause there. No, so yes, so you go, no, and he stops and he turns and looks at you, and that's where we're gonna pause with you.
Yay.
Okay. All right. Next to wake up will be Jeremy. So, as you come to the same feel, you're in one of the larger cages. How tall are you?
Like 3 feet.
Okay.
5 feet.
Right, but you're broad.
Yeah. Big little piggy.
Right. As you come to, you are in probably like a 5 foot by 5 foot cage. I mean, it's pretty small, but it's in a 5 foot by 5 foot cage. You see the same things kind of going on around you. And as you begin to look around, you're very groggy. You can feel the magic still working its way through your system. So not from a head wound or anything like that. You can still feel magic kind of working its way through your system. As you kind of begin to look around, you look over to the side in the cage with you, and there is a gnomish woman, probably in her mid-30s, that is kind of laid with a hand over her face and laying in the, dressed in kind of ragged rags more than clothes, like kind of a sack that maybe was tied with a rope for a belt, but she's laying with her kind of her arm over her eyes next to you in the cage.
Am I wearing anything?
Nope.
Just to make it boy.
Were you wearing anything beforehand?
I would have been wearing like basic clothing.
Okay, so yes, so when I said you didn't have any of your stuff, they left you with clothes.
Okay.
But that's all they left you with.
It's not the sex slave trade.
No.
And what kind of similar cage?
Oh,
Similar
man.
bars.
Yours is metal, but and they're relatively close together. You can see by looking at the different cages how close the bars are together is determined by how big the inhabitants of it are. So it's big enough, it's small, they're close enough together that you couldn't get out, but they're not like regular prison bar size.
Alright. I have labor, like lore. Could I tell how the cages were made and if there's a way I could
If you would,
unmake it?
absolutely. If you would like to roll. Okay. So the cage that you're in is all metal. It's not like wood with metal bars. It's all metal. And you are looking at it and you have no idea how the bars were attached to the top and bottom. It's like nothing you've ever seen. It's almost like it was melted together.
I'll go to the gnome to see, does she have markings, stars?
So you can't really see. I mean, she's got some defensive wounds on her arm, but she's kind of got most of her face covered with her arm.
Do I have any?
Yeah. So
stars?
Yes, you absolutely do. just of being manhandled.
So I'm kind of tender.
Yes.
And try waking up the gnome.
Okay, so you walk over to the gnome and begin to and reach down and gently try to shake her awake. And as you do, she kind of rolls over and the arm falls and her eyes are just open and empty, and she is dead.
Alright.
As she kind of falls over like that, you kind of see that like the top of her the shirt kind of pulled down, and you just see this horrible livid bruise on her chest.
I'll just go to the front, the gate, door, whatever, and just kind of look around.
Okay. So as you kind of walk up and begin to look around, you see these little creatures running around with these boxes, and they are running up and they are taking these little glass vials and they are handing them to the people in the cages. And as you're sitting there, one that's like as it looks over and sees you up, it begins to scurry over, and every time it moves, you can hear the breaking of ice because it's got literal frost that is growing on its scales as it walks, and it kind of shatters as it moves. And it kind of runs over to you and hands you a vial, and then looks down at her and like grabs another vial and looks down at her and goes, and then just kind of shrugs, puts it up, and then runs off.
Alright. Is the vial cold?
Yes, but it's not. But the liquid didn't start to freeze. Like so, as you're like the vial has ice crystals on the outside of it, but the liquid on the inside is still very liquid.
Is the top just like a push top, or is it wax sealed?
It's just a piece of wax.
Alright.
Yeah, there's no cork or anything like that. There's just a piece of wax over it.
And I'm gonna stick my thumb in it. sniff to see if I can use my olfactory powers to discern any ingredients.
Big words, bud.
My name's Diddle. I don't got dictionaries.
Roll perception for me. And whatever pluses you get for it being olfactory. I think it's plus.
It's what is scent?
I think it's like a +2.
I think it's +2 with whatchamacallit. Blunt snout, small, lab round. It's a saving throw. Olfactory effects, you get this outcome of the degree of success better than the result of your roll.
What'd you roll?
A 20.
Nah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's something you've smelled before. You've smelled a healing potion before. Okay. It definitely is a healing potion, but there's a putrefaction to it. The slightest smell of rotten eggs and staleness, and I mean it's a healing potion, but there's something on the back end of it too.
Is there any debris on the floor of the cage or on
Oh
the
yes.
bottom?
Yeah, nothing big enough for you to do anything with,
Right.
but yes,
So
there's
make it just like-
dirt, some small rocks.
Kind of cork it back up and
Yeah.
stick it in my pocket.
Yeah.
Alright, can I do that?
All right, so you don't take it?
No.
Okay.
I don't know what that death
Okay.
is. I'll live with the pain for right now.
Okay. All right. So pause. And then Rachel. So as you come to, how tall are you?
5.
And how big are you in your spider form? You're
It's human size.
so human size. Okay. As you come to, you are in your spider form because you were unconscious, and so you come to in your spider form. In a you are in a cage, just barely big enough to fit you
For this big ass.
for this big ass spider. Yeah. So you kind of come to in your spider form, and you are like all the other cages are like stacked on top of each other, right next to each other. Yours doesn't have another cage for about 5 feet around it. Like there's like a 5 foot gap between you and any other of the cages around you, and there's no one in your cage with you.
We're gonna change back to human.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm gonna read the air around me.
Okay. What's that do?
You survey a social situation showing courtesy to those around you, and intuition swiftly picks up clues about societal contexts and unspoken assumptions of behavior.
Okay. Do you have to roll for it, or is it just something you do?
I mean, it's a cantrip.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, give it to you.
Cool. It doesn't have a range either.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's just I'm assuming it's what's immediately around you because of the way it's worded. So, all right. As you come to, you're making a look around and get the feel. You can see the small creatures that are running around doing their thing. As you see, they run up to some of the cages and they give them, and the people like take the drink whatever it is that they're being given. You can see visible scratches and cuts heal as they're drinking it. There is one that's sitting about 2 foot away from your cage. Just a vial is just sitting there. Yeah, you can see them running around. You get the feeling that it's obviously this is obviously a slave trade, getting ready for a buyer, making sure all of the merchandise is nice and presentable.
How smart do the little things look?
What perception?
What's it called here?
Perception.
Oh, it's not without
Yeah,
the other
it's
stuff.
a separate thing.
Yeah.
It's because it's used for so much.
Cool. 13.
13. They don't look especially intelligent, but in watching their dealings with the people, they are cunning.
Got it.
So while they may not be book smart, they don't look like they're fooled easily.
Sure. Okay. I'll wait for them to come to me. I'll wait for them to come to me.
Well, one of them, like as they're kind of running around, one like that kind of moves in front of you, and it's hard to even. It takes you a second to even realize that it's one of them because its shape is moving and twisting, and then when you look a little closer, you can see because it's basically made of smoke as it kind of moves up, and then it kind of glances and sees you, and then kind of cocks its head, and then walks over
Well, have you not been told to fear me?
and is looking at you and goes. You were right. It can turn into a human. Picks up the thing and then just kind of tosses it to you. And then runs off.
I will look at the vial and I will read its aura, which is basically
Identify.
yes.
Okay. So it is, and if it's,
Do you want me to read it?
yeah, read it to me.
You focus on the target object, opening your mind to perceive magical auras. When the casting is complete, you know whether that item is magical, and if it is, you learn the school of magic.
Okay. So it is divine and also has this small bit of charm in there with it. Enchantment. Enchantment.
How do I feel?
It's what you thought was never real.
Pretty rough. I mean, you've been banged around and kind of the trip wherever you came from to here in the cage was not a pleasant one. So bumps and bruises, things like that. You're at half health.
Got it. Thank you. Yikes.
That's not what I want to hear.
You said there's a little something that's just standing there?
No, it walked off.
Oh, okay.
It threw you the vial and then walked
And
off.
then walked off. Okay. I would like to because I don't want to
Is half maybe rounding up?
Yeah, round up. I mean, it's fine. This is just to show that you've taken some damage.
Sure. Can I cast guidance on myself and take it?
What does guidance do in this game?
Same. Nah, a +1 to saving throws.
Okay. You absolutely can.
Cool. I take it.
Okay. Roll me a will save.
15 + 8, 23.
Okay. So it heals you up back to max. And you can kind of feel a little lethargic and docile for a second, but you kind of push through it and it goes away.
Okay. Then I will sit and take my time to message out everybody within 120 feet of me to tell them what it does.
Oh, so you're just telling like literally anyone and everyone?
Open comms.
All right. So we're gonna put a pin.
Okay.
Alrighty. Christian, you wake up. So as you come to, you are in a second tier cage. You're small, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you're in a second tier cage. You're kind of sitting on top of another cage. And you look around, and in the cage with you is a goblin. And he is wearing kind of brightly colored pantaloons, like real baggy pantaloons, and a vividly colored vest. And he has well, no, he doesn't have it on right now. So he does have a tattoo right in the middle of his forehead of a diamond with an eye in the center of it. And he is snoring away next to you.
I go above him.
Okay.
I grab him by his shoulders and I shake vigorously.
Okay. So the moment you shake him once, his eyes fly open, and he's just like, "Wow, wow, what are you doing?"
Hi, neighbor.
Oh, you're awake. Excellent.
What's your name?
Good. You are a rather jovial little person.
That's a long ass name.
My name is Dagus.
Hello, you're a rather jovial little person, Dagus.
Just Dagus.
Just Dagus.
Dagus.
For sure.
Dagus.
Dagus for sure.
Dagus.
Dagus.
What's your name?
Cannon.
Cannon?
Cannon.
Cannon.
Where are you from?
You are entirely too happy for being in a cage. What? It doesn't matter where I'm from. Not where we are now. Where are you from?
Me.
So look on.
Well, you said it doesn't matter where we're from.
I did. That's on me. That's on me. Fully accept that. He kind of sits up and looks around. Have they brought us our potions yet?
I haven't seen any.
Okay. When they do, don't drink it.
Okay.
Makes your mind go loopy. Makes you docile and ready for.
I don't know if that's possible.
So, by the way, you hear this conversation above you. Makes you docile and easier to be handled. I made that mistake the first time.
And then second, not the second time.
No, I didn't do it the second time.
Well, now you're your second time. Do it again.
Well, this is gonna be the third time. What?
The third time.
What do you? Yeah.
Why do you keep coming back?
Keep coming back. Jesus Christ, Kenan, I haven't left.
Is it like that comfy?
What? What do you mean? Kenan? No, we are slaves, Kenan. Do you know what a slave is?
I don't have any books.
You need a book so that you can know what a slave is. Hi, Ashley. Ashley Lopez just texted me and said she was watching us, and she was so. Hi, Ash.
Hi. I don't know who you are.
She's like, I miss you so much.
She worked with us at Simply Mac.
Yeah,
yeah.
she's the fucking best.
The best.
Okay, so
The
anyway,
best.
what Do you need a book to know what being a slave is?
I mean, I've never been a slave before.
Okay, well, it means that you are held somewhere against your will and forced to do things you don't want to do.
What if I do want to do it? Will they make it to where I don't want to do it then?
I can already tell, Kenan, that I hate you.
Well, that's rude.
And that's rough, because I normally like people. But how can you be excited about being a slave?
You should always try new things.
We have a raccoon opportunist in our midst.
Oh. About that time, you hear the beat of wings, and a fiery small creature flies down and then kind of throws 2 potions into the cage with you, and then flies away. So Dagus picks it up and just pockets it.
As you say.
You know what? I might have been wrong. Maybe it wouldn't affect you that way. You're looking a little beat up.
I'll read aura on it.
Okay. So, same thing I told Rachel.
I don't like when enchantment is put on me.
You're one of them, are you?
Damn.
Magic user.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's magic?
I like making things go zap.
Making things go zap. Alright, well, I'm gonna lay back down and I'm gonna go back to sleep, Kenan. And you can wake me up when the buyer gets here so I can look pretty and maybe get the fuck out of this cage. Okay?
Okay.
Great.
I hope we get bought this time.
Oh, thank you, Kenan. It warms the cockles of my heart.
You know, I think it'd be like getting adopted.
It is not like getting adopted, Kenan. He goes to sleep. And we'll put a pin there. Oof. Okay.
It's a good character. I like it.
I as a DM, I do. Dagus, not so much. All right. So, Nathan and Martin, go ahead and roll me a d20.
Oh, did y'all tie?
Actually, just roll me a fortitude save. Y'all both critical failed your fortitude saves, but I had you do.
Oh.
Hey, that's
Come
what I was
on,
for.
darling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
21.
16.
When I rolled it.
Okay.
That was nice.
All right. So, Nathan, you hear what's going on around you, and you smell the putrid smell, but your eyes don't work yet. You can slowly feel as you can, like, it's almost like a wave going down. You can feel your nose, and then you can feel your lips. It is a very slow progression of sensation coming back to you. And it goes, as it starts to go down and move through your body, it takes you a second because you register the pains, pretty intense pain. And as you're feeling everything move, there's something missing. A limb is missing.
And at this point, can I open my eyes?
No.
No. Huh.
I can't remember which one it was. Huh?
What?
That's your arm?
No, under my left knee.
Okay, I couldn't remember which limb it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
is it painful?
oh, brutally so. At the knee. You also feel something weird tugging, like there. You feel something like biting into what almost feels like the muscle and the bone of your knee.
Shit.
Oh, you are awake. Very good. Very good. Can you feel this?
Ah! Fuck!
That's good. Very good. I'm so glad. Can you feel this? Oh, good. Very good. Very, very good. What?
Why can't I see?
Open your eyes.
Oh, right.
It takes a massive effort of will to open your eyes. And as you do, you can see this brass metal ball that is standing over you with long, spindly, like, pipe arms and legs with these little bitty wings, these 4 little bitty wings sticking off its back. And it's got one huge eye that's looking down at you.
Nope, I liked it better when I was blind.
It's like a snitch and a suicide.
What are you doing to my leg?
Oh, I am fixing it. It was missing.
Huh? What?
Your leg.
No.
Your left leg from the knee down
No, it wasn't.
was not there.
Yeah, it's there. Trust me, it's there.
No, it is now. I made you a new one.
Oh, fuck. Why? Where am I?
I do not know. We are in a cage in a large room.
All right.
It appears from the conversations I have heard that it is a slave market.
Oh, that's good. Listen.
Is it? I thought it was rather bad.
That was sarcasm.
Oh, ha, ha. I am new to sarcasm.
Not funny.
Oh, but isn't sarcasm humor?
No,
It is not.
it can be, but it's not this time.
Let me process this.
Okay.
Okay.
Ow!
Yes.
Are you finished?
I haven't touched you in 5 seconds.
I don't know what that means. Are you finished?
Yes.
Okay.
Twinge pain again.
What does my leg look like?
What do you want it to look like? This is your from your background from the metal. So it's
Yeah.
going to be
Oh, it's clockwork. That's right.
yeah, it's clockwork. You can see another one of what looks like him that is over in the corner. That was, instead of being a circle, was a square, and it has a the eye is like literally powered down, and it's missing a lot of pieces. He looks like he took stuff from that to make you this leg. So literally, your leg is made out of mechanics from Mechanus and Modrons.
Sure. Who's your friend?
Oh, that was Key.
Was.
Yes, he did not make it.
I see.
They did not make it.
And I take it you used their parts to make this.
Yes, we from Mechanus do not have any qualms about using parts from bodies. Their bodies are simply physical manifestations. They do not hold any intrinsic value after death.
Yep. Well, tell that to the undead.
I will if I meet them.
Oh.
Thank you for the advice.
Uh-huh. So we're in a cage.
Yes,
Where are we, though?
I do not know.
Okay. Wow. I look around.
Okay. So you are in just in one of many cages.
Yeah, just take a second to
Yeah, you just kind of looking around.
take it in.
Mm-hmm.
Where are my things?
I don't think they would put us here with our things if we are to be slaves.
I see. So what did you fix me with? What tools did you use?
Parts of Key. We are made of tools.
I see. Well, thanks.
You are very welcome. I am Kay.
Kay.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
And you are
Drossel.
Drossel. Drossel and Kay. The best of friends.
That's
Kay's gonna die. I already know. He's too cute.
Okay.
No.
Okay, I again, thank you for that.
Hopefully now we can be sold together. No one would want a one-legged slave.
Deal.
You're not wrong. Listen, how can we get out of here?
I do not know. There is no hinges or locks on our cage. I think they knew better than to put me with something I could take apart.
I see. How long have you been here?
I just woke up. He kind of like, the eye kind of jitters. 28 hours ago.
Right. Wait. Woke up?
Yes,
You're an automaton.
I powered back on. I thought the colloquialism would be good for you. Would you prefer me to say powered back on?
Sure. Yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
I would love that. So in 28 hours, nothing's happened?
So, a very large man that I fully believe is a solar has come through and inspected people and then left. And then he has his methods come around and make sure that we are fed and watered.
Is there anybody in the cage next to me?
Yes.
Okay. I just think
They're unconscious.
I lean. Oh. Okay. What is a solar?
A solar?
Yes.
A solar is a powerful, well, normally a powerful angelic being that is in the service of gods. But he is not that. I think he is fallen.
I see. Well, right. So,
Which is very much worse.
so we just sit and wait to be settled. Right.
Tell me about your life.
No. There's not much to tell. Though I am from the Shadow Plane.
The shadow plane, that is fascinating.
Thank you. I was a thief. I got into actual work with the shipyards and got enough.
I think being a thief sounds very romantic. High adventure.
Yes, absolutely high adventure, but
Yes. I would like to be a thief.
No, you're certainly better at whatever this is.
Oh, of course, I can build, but I want adventure.
Adventurers out there.
Well, I'm sure we'll find some.
Being a slave does not sound like a grand adventure.
Well, you've never met me.
I have. You are Dressel.
Got him.
Nailed it.
Owned.
That is not what I meant.
Argument over.
So, we can't get out of this cage. There's no hinges. How did we get into it?
I don't know. I powered on. In it.
His entire life.
Don't know if it's a wink or a
Right.
wink.
No idea. He just did finger gun at me. Right. Well, I'm sorry that your friend didn't make it.
I am too. We left to go on adventures together. Our first one did not work out well.
So you've been on adventures then?
No, I started one.
I see. And where did that lead you?
Here.
He hasn't been on the motor march.
Right. Well, okay. Here's the plan. Hopefully we do get sold together. Hopefully we stay together. Because you are certainly useful.
Best of friends.
Well, that's a way to put it.
Best friend though?
Call it more colleagues. Best of colleagues.
Best of friends!
Once we get out of here, we will have many great adventures.
Yes!
But we first need to get out of here.
Imp! This is Drossel! He is my best of friend!
Who is Imp?
There's just this fiery creature walking by in front of you. And it just stops and turns and looks. It's only about this tall.
Okay.
It stops and turns and looks at you and goes, "That's great." And then turns and keeps walking.
Was it?
I was supposed to give you this. It's a small vial.
What is it?
I think it is a potion.
Of?
I do not know. They just told me to drink one, and I did. Ha ha. Potions do not work on me. You did not hear that. Potions do not work on me.
Potions do.
And it's the wax. Okay, I peel the wax off and...
About that time you hear in your head, what are you saying, Rachel?
It does heal you, but they're trying to control you.
Why did you pour that out?
Did you not hear that?
Hear what?
Okay. Well, someone around here has magic abilities, and
Ooh, fascinating.
just told us organics that we shouldn't drink this. That it will make us submissive.
Oh, that sounds bad.
Yeah.
That sounds sexual. Right, so pause. Okay, so Martin, you as you slowly start to the same kind of thing, you kind of begin to hear everything going along around you, and then the smell kind of hits you, and you can feel the slow, gradual feeling returning to your body. And as you begin to stir, you feel a hand on your shoulder and a soft voice say, "Be careful. It is bad for you, and I take it. So just come up slowly."
I open the one eye because the other one's pretty swollen shut.
Right. You see a half-orc female kind of leaned over you. She is pretty lithe and wiry with dark hair pulled back into a braid that kind of falls down the side of her shoulder. And you look around and you see that you are in a cage.
Hello, Elf guy. You did this one. Good on you.
Are you okay?
No! No, this makes wonderful sense.
I'm glad it makes sense to you, because I have no idea why I'm here.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'll just touch my nose.
Oh, yes, don't. Your nose is quite broken. It's quite broken. You are, they did not do near the damage to me that they did to you.
No, this wasn't. So, your name?
Ava. You closed it.
Ava. Bren. Oh. Where are we?
I am not sure. All I know is that we are in some sort of huge room full of cages. I think it's a slave market of some sort. I don't know where we are. We are so far from
my island home. But it doesn't feel right. The air doesn't feel right. I'm not sure. Something is wrong here.
How so?
I don't smell any plants. I don't. There's no moisture to the air. It's just odd. Everything about it is odd.
Has anyone been by?
Yes. There are small creatures made of fire and ice and smoke wandering around. They are giving these potions. I haven't felt courageous enough to drink it yet. And I will warn you, I had someone say something in my mind that it was something that it would heal us, but it would also control us.
It makes. Oh God! Everything is on fire. Ugh. Fair enough.
If I had my books, I might be able to help you, but I'm quite useless without them.
Oh, kind of. I was just in threadbare clothes that I left the
Do you have any pills or you just
hideout in.
If I were to share them.
that answered it?
Well,
I technically have healing plaster. I need some.
is there anything on the ground, like anything around us?
Not really.
At all?
There's dirt and some rocks.
Well, good on them. They didn't leave anything for me.
Alright, so. And Killian.
No.
He looks at you after you tell him no and turns around.
He is my patient. I will not give him anything that I do not know what it is.
It's a healing potion, you daft little puppet.
I think that's racist.
Excuse me?
I'm just saying. It's a little racist.
I am a method
I don't know what
from
that is.
the plains of hell. Do you expect me to be polite?
Well, it wouldn't hurt.
It would, actually.
A little niceness goes a long way.
I will burn you to a crisp if you do not give him that potion.
You know, okay.
Okay to be burnt to a crisp?
No. Oh God, no. Please.
Bring it. Yeah. Sweet release.
No.
Give it to him then,
Okay.
and I will watch.
You're gonna watch? Okay.
So as you start to make your way over to the ferry, you hear Rachel's thing in your head.
So I'm like about to do it. Think. Well, this is all in the head, not him. I mean, yeah, you should probably get healed, cause you know that's okay. I'll still give him the stuff. I'm like,
Okay.
but I won't take mine. Fuck off.
Alright, so as you do, you see the wound heal up, and then his eyes slowly blink open.
Wonderful.
Because you look
Do you feel
bonita.
Oh my god.
Alright. Alright, so his eyes kind of flutter open,
and like as they flutter open, they're like kind of like does the like closing at different rates and opening at different rates, and he kind of looks at you.
How many fingers? 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4. 1, 5.
Are you a marionette?
Yeah. Name's Petrie.
I'm Bristol.
Bristol? Great. Wonderful.
Bristol.
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 That's my best friend's kid's name. Named after a street in London and also a racetrack because America.
Bristol.
Bristol.
Harry Potter and NASCAR.
Nice, nice.
That's
Love
the kind
it.
of family that.
Alright. Give me the rundown. What's happening? Where am I? Do you know what's happening?
Did your voice just crack?
Yeah, it kinda did.
Can puppet voices crack?
I'm just waking up. What do you mean?
Well, I thought maybe you were here before because you're injured. Well, you were injured. You were sleeping. I tried to wake you up, but you were like, and you can't. You shouldn't go to sleep with like a head injury.
I don't recall going to sleep with a head injury.
Oh, what you did though. I just wanted to point that out.
Okay.
But you're all good now.
Great. This doesn't look like the Feywild.
I'm sorry, what?
The Feywild? It's where I'm from.
What's that?
It's a plane where the fairies live.
Wonderful. Well, we're not there.
No, I know. I can see that.
How you feeling? Feeling like all getting controlled, like, or
Getting control. What?
are you all there?
I'm feeling great.
Like how great? What?
Everything's wonderful.
Okay.
It's
Great.
fine with this. This is fine, but it's not the Feywild.
That's wrong.
Whatever happens is great.
I see.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah. No, it's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Every little marionette's growing up.
Wow. This is great.
Yeah. There's other people here. Yeah.
So the Mephits, as they're kind of floating, like or going around, kind of doing their thing, they all stop in unison and kind of kick their head to the side, and they all just vanish in puffs of smoke, fire, ice, whatever their element is. And you can hear a bell ring that kind of reverberates through. And walking through into the room, you can see the tall, imposing figure in the white robes. And he is leading this guy. 1 second. Come on.
Wow.
Isn't that in the Discord?
Oh.
Right on.
Let's show it to one of these. Yeah, there you go.
Is that on the screen?
You'll have to
It
hold
freezes
it
it
for a
every
while.
time, yeah.
Oh.
Because mine froze it.
Yeah,
There we go.
that's good. Yep, that works.
He
Neat.
walks in to the room, standing. I mean, a powerful figure. Like looking at him, he's like muscle that's probably gone a little ways to not just being muscle anymore. But he's probably 7 foot tall. But just compared to the thing he's next to, is just looks kind of small. But he walks in and they're having a hushed conversation. And as he walks in, he kind of flourishes out his jacket, and something small and brass kind of zips out away from him. And so as you're all kind of standing there and looking around, let's see. Okay. So you're in your cage, and you can hear something kind of zip over and like land on the metal, and then you see this head kind of snake out from the top and look down at you. And it is a clockwork dragon that's probably about this long, and it kind of kicks its head down and looks at you and kind of kicks its head to the side.
Well, I am meditating in the middle of my cage.
Okay.
So I mean, I hear him, but I ignore him.
Right. Okay.
Rachel's happy. My character, on the other hand.
So you feel a brief warmth. Just for a second. Just something kind of fall down on top of you.
Cool. I'm just gonna. I don't like it. I'm gonna read the aura.
Okay.
Read the air. There's the difference. See what the vibe is of these two. This thing that's here and whoever just came in.
So with them, you're going to need to hear them. I think the more intent of that is that you hear them talk and kind of get a feel for it.
Cool.
So this is, you'll have to, you can do that, but it's just not going to be right away.
Sure.
It zips over, so y'all being across from that can see, and it zips over to your cage next. And as it zips over to the cage and begins to hover in front of you, it has 4 intricate dragonfly wings that's kind of holding it aloft as it's kind of zipping back and forth and looking at you.
What's your name?
It blink, blink, and it kind of sticks its head in through the cage a little bit and opens its mouth, and you can hear this whirring of a motor, and it breathes on you. And you can feel something kind of warm as it does. And then it looks at Dagus, and it does it to him too. Then
I
it
breathe back at it.
then it zips down underneath and looks at you.
I kind of use my puppy powers to give it the air that it would want to buy, I guess, like adoption dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta give it a little bit of puppy,
The puppy
eyes.
eyes.
Bulk up a little bit, seeing the weird turtle-looking man.
It breathes on you, and then it kind of flies away. It keeps going, kind of bouncing around, doing that. Comes over to your cage, Nathan.
What?
Opens its mouth, and you hear the
Oh,
and
no.
it breathes. You don't see anything; you just feel it.
Right.
Then it looks over at the Modron, and it's like, and flies off.
Oh no! We were gonna be best friends!
No.
So Martin, as you are, you're sitting there talking to Ava, like it flies over, and it's like, and she's like, oh, and kind of, and it breathes on you, and then breathes on Ava,
This day just keeps getting weirder and weirder.
and then flies off, killing it. Flies up to your cage.
Oh! Hi!
Just hovers there for a second, looking at you.
Oh.
Looks at the fairy.
Breeze on the fairy goes.
It breathes on you, then breathes on the fairy, and then flies away.
Wow!
Wow.
Wow!
How big is Kay? How big is Kay?
Wow!
Okay. I mean, he's probably. Oh, wall. Probably a good.
3 feet wide?
Yeah.
Okay.
3-4 feet wide.
Wide as table.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, so it flies around, and then it goes around to multiple other, like you all see it flipping kind of between cage, and then you see it kind of fly back over to and land on the shoulder of the larger individual, and it kind of looks at it like look, and kind of leans up, and then kind of starts to chitter in his ear.
Can I see their mouths?
It's not, doesn't have lips. You can't read lips of
That's true.
a clockwork dragon that's just chittering.
That's clittering.
It's clittering, Killian.
I hate
The
you.
cluttering. Anyway,
Get it?
it begins to.
You get it, bud?
It begins,
Get it?
it begins
It's
to
like that
chitter.
thing you said that one time.
It's never
Are
gonna
you eating
go.
a bottle cap?
It's why?
No.
All right, so
He's
begins.
stinging at a bottle cap.
They're walking.
Softer
They're
blade.
walking through the group, and the
He's just a
large.
fucking-
Looks like he has ogre blood and maybe some giant blood in him. Like they're walking through. He's not even looking at the cages. He's just talking to the guy, and they're kind of going through, and like he stops and listens to the dragon for a second, and he turns to the Solar, says, "We will take lots," and he just starts to name off numbers and letters. It's like, we will take these lots, and besides those lots, we will take all the women and children. And the Solar kind of looks at him and raises his eyebrows. That will be quite expensive. You know who my patron is. You will be paid these lots, all the women and children. Very well. He, as they kind of begin to walk again, the mephits come out, and as they start to kind of fly around, they have these metal rods about this long with a hand on the end of it, and they begin to fly around to cages, and like they fly up to your cage, and they kind of point the rod at it and go like this, and as they do, the whole cage lifts up and starts to move, and they start moving cages.
Cool. Bye, friend in the other cage.
They move your cage over and set it down, and as they set it down, there's another cage there that's empty. And they kind of walk up with, it looks like a key, but it doesn't have any teeth. They walk up to a metal cage and just kind of like, he kind of walks up and just kind of, as he walks, he's just kind of like, lets it kind of clang on the bars, and the bars slowly melt and roll up and open. And he looks, and he walks over to your cage, and he starts to hit that, and he goes, You stay.
We're swapping.
You stay.
But I'm going there.
You get in this one.
Right, not going with him.
No.
No.
No, you are being bought. He is not.
Right. No? Can he stay?
He is not being bought.
But he can stay.
No, not unless he's being bought.
I mean, he could stay if he wanted to. Okay, don't you want to stay?
Absolutely. I would like to stay with my bestest of friends.
See? He wants to stay.
He hasn't been bought. So as he's saying this, the two of them are walking past, and like the Solar kind of stops and looks over, and the other guy kind of leans around him and looks, and the Solar goes, "Is there a problem?" you feel like your go ahead and roll me a will save.
Okay. 17.
You feel every ounce of courage just like your legs go to jelly.
The one's made of metal.
It's jelly metal.
Lopsided.
Your bowels liquefy at just the voice addressing you and the eyes looking at you. The other guy goes,
No problem.
"Are you sure there's no problem? There's something wrong." And like he kind of puts his hand on the Solar, and the Solar kind of he goes, "Oh, it's my purchase. I will handle it." He goes,
Aside from absolutely shitting myself,
"You must."
no problem here.
And he walks over to you and goes, "This is the problem."
I am sticking my neck out for him because he fixed my leg.
He did that.
Yes.
He looks at the dragon, and the dragon just kind of. He goes, "We'll take this one too." And the Solar goes, "Fine." And they walk over and they hit it with a key again, and it kind of seals back up. "Oh, thank you, bestest friend. I owe you my very life.
Well, you
I would die for you.
do one for me, I do one for you. We're even.
I would die
You made my leg.
for you."
You made me a leg.
Drossel, is this what love is? I love you.
What is love?
Not quite. I mean, yes, more of a platonic thing.
We are in love.
Wow.
It's certainly a way of putting it. Right.
So all of y'all are now all the cages are kind of grouped together. So all of y'all saw all of this go down.
Point to the cave. Cave? Is it cave?
Well, you don't know that.
No, but I point.
Yes.
Oh. You're
Oh
like,
look, it is a puppet.
You're like brother.
Wait.
What?
You're like my brother.
Well, cousins.
No.
No, cousins.
No, my brother kind of looks like him.
You're made of,
Well, that's kind of rude.
and he's made of.
Yeah, but like, he looks
I
like.
got no strings to hold me down.
Yeah.
I can't help it. I'm sorry.
Give us the national anthem.
Oh, my brother is also made out of metal.
You asking for uppies?
That's cool.
Right. Okay. Well, again, we're even. Don't worry about it. We are friends. Yes. But
Best of friends.
yes. Not in love.
I love you.
No.
Oh,
Oh, I do.
You may not love me, but I love you.
that's so sweet.
You will grow to love me.
Does he fly?
He has the smallest wings you've ever seen.
Right.
You don't
He
know.
flies.
You don't know. You haven't seen him fly.
Oh, I
He's
haven't
just
seen him
walking
fly.
around.
Right. And he's. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
This is Drossel. He is my best friend.
Hi, Dressel. Dressel.
Are going to have some issues.
I grab Daggers by the shoulders and start yelling his name while shaking him. Daggers.
Get off of me!
Wow.
You've been bought for the 4th time.
No, I've been bought for the first time. I haven't been bought before.
Right.
Wow.
You've been bought for the first time.
I have. I am ecstatic. This is the best day of my life.
Now you get to experience what slavery's like.
I am so very excited.
I know, right?
Kinnan.
Feels a bit sarcastic.
It is.
You CK, that was sarcasm as well.
Ha ha!
No, not again. Not the funny kind.
Oh, right.
We're talking about slavery, so it's not that funny, really.
What are you doing?
Did my read the air work with him over there?
With
The ogre.
yes, I will. I'll allow it.
Oh, he's the one that won us.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead and also roll me a perception, just to kind of in conjunction with it.
22.
Okay. As he is looking around, you get the feeling that he's disgusted with this place.
Sure. Because he bought all the women and children. I mean, I kind of.
Yeah.
It's telling.
Are they still around?
The Solar begins to walk off, and he is kind of talking to the Clockwork Dragon.
To the what?
The Clockwork Dragon.
Oh. I will message Dagus
Mm-hmm.
and say, I don't really think it's gonna be akin to slavery.
So you message him, and then you feel his presence in your mind strong. Like, so you magically send a message. He's just talking to you in your brain. And he goes, he's very closed off. I can't quite get a read on him, but he bought the women and children. So I'm hoping that is a good thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume the best and plan for the worst.
Always.
They're good chicken tendies.
Do you want a friend in there, because I've got a Kenan that you can have.
I thought you were offering to come in here. They didn't put me with anyone, and they separated me from everyone else.
Well,
So
that's because you were a huge fuck off spider when you got there.
oh, you mean like this, and I just spider out?
All of you see her spider out. Oh, how beautiful! I love all of your legs.
That was cool. How do you do that?
Oh my god, it's so cool!
You have one in fear and 3 others in celebration.
I don't think it makes people scared of me.
Just
All
never
right.
seen it before.
Hmm?
Just never seen that before.
Nope. What's your race called? I can't remember.
A naughty.
That she is an Anati.
Oh, what's that?
Obviously. What did I say before we even
I
started?
know you said that what should
When
you
I
should
asked if
have
you
is
wanted
it
to
okay?
switch, you said I don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fine.
okay. All right. So they begin to move all of the cages.
It's tilted.
Yeah, it's kind of wonk.
No, the camera itself. Yeah. Push it down toward you.
The right side needs to go down, or my right. There. Oh, or back a
Too
little
much
bit.
that way. That's too much.
A little
A
more.
little bit more.
Right there.
That looks pretty
That
good.
works. Yeah.
So, all right, they begin to move all the cages towards that
Oh,
entryway.
shit, fix the camera.
Haha.
Hey!
So they begin to move all the all the cages towards like they start to take you down the hallway that it came through, and
I'm sorry. Did you get hungry? I did.
I'm not going to be hungry anymore today.
I've eaten already.
I wasn't hungry.
Just a big old plate of chimkin. All right.
Chicken tendies.
So they take you down, and they like as you are getting towards the end, you can see sunlight coming through a large opening, but there is a huge, for lack of a better description of it, like a freight car that's there, and the back end is open, and they're putting the cages in it. So they get all of the cages in it, and as it does, like as they are closing up the back of the freight car, the dragon kind of zips in, and as the car closes, it's very dark in here, you can hear this bit of a hum, and the dragon starts to glow blue and gives a soft light throughout because the kids start to cry, and so it gives kind of a soft light throughout everything.
Oh shit, kids! I unspider. My bad.
And you can like begins to shed a soft blue light, and you can hear what sounds like the kind of like the beginning of the tink tink tink, and of a soft music box start to play on the dragon's back, and it kind of flies around to and kind of sits over where all the children are, and then just kind of begins to make this rumble, and it almost sounds like a purr as it's laying there and blue with playing the music for the children. And you can feel the whole thing start to kind of shift and start to move. It takes you about an hour
Unexpected.
in this, and you get to the point where like you can hear just the sounds of, it's a sounds of a massive city, like the things that you hear, and you're hearing literally every language that you can speak and probably 20 more that you've never heard before in your life being spoken as you are being moved through the city. You kind of go for a ways, and then the whole thing kind of settles down and the back opens and light streams in, and at the moment that happens, that man is kind of standing, the ogre is kind of standing there, and as it kind of goes down, he waves his hand, and literally every cage in here clicks open. And we're going to pause briefly, just a brief respite, because I have to pee.
BRB bio.
I know.
And we're back. From the brief potty break.
Can still hear the toilet. I wait for no one.
Is that the toilet?
Yeah.
It's so loud. All right, so he waves his hand. All the cages open. As he does this, you are in an alley. As you're looking out, you can see that you are in an alley with these tall buildings on either side of you. You have heard the sounds of a massive city, so you're expecting, like, for those of you that have been in larger cities, you're expecting a pretty grimy alley, spotless. Like, everything here is spotless, well kept. As you are standing, as everyone begins to move out, walks up from around the side of the crate is a dwarven woman. She's a little tall for a dwarf. She's probably about 4'4". But as she kind of walks around and looks, you can see her features are a little bit more angular, but you also see jutting horns that kind of come out from underneath her hair. And like as she's walking, her legs, her steps are awkward because she has bowed backwards legs with cloven hooves, and she has a tail that kind of is whipping out behind her. The cool thing about Pathfinder is you can have tiefling heritage and be any race. So she's a fucking dwarf tiefling. So as she's kind of walking through, she is wearing studded leather armor, and she has literally metal bolts all across her because she is carrying the largest heavy crossbow you have ever seen that has a belt coming off of it with just bolts.
You're pretty goddamn cool.
So she kind of walks up with that kind of slung, like, I mean, it probably weighs a good 50 pounds. She just has it casually thrown over one shoulder as she kind of walks around. And she looks up at the dude and kind of does the up nod, and he kind of smiles and looks down. And so behind the two of them, down the alley, the alley dead ends into a very large building. Like, there's large buildings on the other side, but there is a kind of a short staircase going down to a door. But then on the right of the alley, there's another like couple steps to go up to a door. So she kind of walks out, and she kind of walks around and kind of looks in, kind of gauges how many cages and people are in there, and then she does a quick whistle, and the door to the right opens up, and you can see a man walk out. His face, body are made of a very light gray bark, and he's wearing kind of monk robes made of thorny vines and like rippling muscle under the bark, completely bald, clean, and like just bark. And he kind of steps out of that and then walks over to the other, and then a younger woman, half elf, probably in her early 20s, with long white hair. She's wearing a kind of a white kind of billowy shirt, and she's wearing a white apron and black pants. And she steps out of the other door and smiles, and she goes, "Okay, children and women, to me. Come on, we're going this way." And so as everyone kind of starts to file down.
I just reloaded.
And
Okay, how old are you?
I am 4.
You're
So,
four?
so
I'm also 4.
So as everyone is going down, the ogre goes, if Cog breathed on you, then I need you to come with me.
But I'm women.
Okay.
So everyone else may go with 1 second. Why did you just go away?
Well, okay, I believe this is where we part ways.
Everyone else may go with Marceris. He goes, "No, I will stay with you, my best friend."
All right, you are on your own for this one.
But
You fixed my leg. I got you out of this cage with me. Where are you going?
best friend.
Yes. If you can make it, you can hang around.
Wow.
I'm gonna go with my best friend. the ogre just goes, "Okay."
You're stuck with him for the rest of this campaign.
He takes your hand.
Right.
Way to go. You have a pet.
I had to make a character based on Rambo. Absolutely had
Rainbow's
to.
the best.
In the book we read.
Oh.
Nurse Ratchet is also amazing.
She is amazing, but Rambo is. This is basically a character in the book we just read. It's fucking fantastic. He takes your hand. Alright. He just walks. So, as you all walk, the dwarf is just kind of like, as you're all walking past, she's sizing everyone up. She's just like her gaze is intense. Like, not angry, but just like as you walk through, she kind of watches you walk, which your walk is very awkward right now because you're still getting used to the leg. It works fantastic. It's like a part of you, but it just takes a little bit of getting used to. So yeah, she's kind of sizing up everyone that walks out. As you're going down, a woman, she is a drow elf, and she's wearing kind of light, loose-fitting clothing. The moment she kind of gets out, she just turns and takes off at a dead run.
Oh, goodbye.
And like as she's running, he goes, "It's fine. If you would like to leave, you may. Be careful, please.
And then instantly dies.
You can always come back to the Will of the Wisp if you need a place to stay." And she just keeps running. Alright.
I am staring at you the entire time we're walking by the way, Rachel.
So yeah, she is just kind of the dwarf sizes up everyone as they walk past her. Just kind of
I try to, make myself stand a little taller.
Morning. Evening.
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 She kind of sizes everyone up.
I'm staring at her the entire time, but I do go for a high five while I'm walking past.
It'd be
Yeah,
a low
about you.
5.
Yeah, she about you.
It'd be a low 5.
I mean, she's only 4 foot tall, so
He's like 2.
then she just
Hi,
Yeah. Wow.
Wait, where are you?
What, Naomi?
Where are you?
Reskin of Gripply.
a raccoon,
Oh,
a little raccoon man.
Yeah,
Wow. Hi.
Wow.
Wow.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm well.
Wonderful. Okay. You're swell. Just remember.
I will. So, you all walk over, and like as you get over to the door, the tree man opens it up for you, and just kind of like he opens it, and then like as you're walking up, he has a barrel next to him, and he just starts pulling out wineskins and handing them to you as you walk in. He hands it to you. Like each one of you gets one, and it is wine. It absolutely is wine.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
And you walk in, and you are in. So you feel like you walk in, and then you go downstairs again. So, like you can hear up above you that this is obviously a tavern inn of some sort, because you can hear what's going on, the raucous kind of everything going on. But you go down, and when you go down and walk through another door, you are in another inn. But I mean, because it's got like the long tables, there's a bar against the wall. You can smell food cooking. It's definitely an inn, but there's nobody else in here except sitting at the bar. There's an older man, kind of in black, kind of more Arabic kind of style clothes. He's sitting at the bar and he's drinking a glass of wine. But other than that, there's nobody in here. So, like, as you kind of file in, y'all are really the only ones in here as you're filing in.
How many of us are there?
There is the group, plus there is
Dagus.
Dagus and Key.
Dagus, Key, Avo.
Key or K?
K. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Dagus, K, Avo, Bristol, and there,
Bristol or Bristol?
it's Bristol. He's got me fucked up. And there is a Dragonborn that is with you as well.
Okay.
About 6.5 foot tall, silver scales. You can tell by the figure is feminine. But like as she's walking in, kind of looking at everybody, even though she's broad of chest and like back, like stout, like well muscled, she's wringing her hands and kind of looking around, like almost terrified.
Oh, this is my job.
So there's that. Plus, you also have.
You jump from Blue's Clues, to Pinocchio, to the guy that does the music, right? But he has the anxiety skit. where his anxiety's talking to him. Oh, you shouldn't do that. No,
It's not Big Burner?
the other guy. He's got longer hair.
Tim Mitchell.
I'm blanking.
Is that what his name is?
I assume. He plays piano, he's got longer hair, and he's a comedian.
Not longer hair, but like.
No, you're good. So that's the group. You walk in as you are all kind of filing in. The door to the back kind of does open, and a figure kind of walks in. Dark, about 5.5 foot tall, dark gray fur catfolk, with wearing kind of loose fitting black clothing with a kind of a dark black cloak on, and like on the gray fur of the face there is a kind of a white marking of a skull on the cat's face, and also he looks like he just got kind of a light coating of gray dust all over him. And he walks in and then kind of eyes the group momentarily, and then walks over and sits by the guy at the bar. So, you walk him in, and like as you get in, the dwarven woman comes in. She goes, "Y'all have a seat. We're gonna be bringing food out for you shortly. Does anyone have any dietary needs that I need to let the cook know about, or is just general stew gonna be okay for everyone?"
Do you have any crickets?
What? It's a lot of fucking crickets for a spider your size.
I don't believe so. I can add it for the next shopping day, but I don't believe we have any for the moment.
Okay.
Anybody else?
I don't think I eat, but okay.
No. I would like a can of oil and some nuts and bolts. That is sarcasm. Ha ha!
That was good.
Yay!
But somebody could have taken you seriously.
Isn't that what sarcasm is? Do I need to redefine?
Nope. You are absolutely right. I'm very sorry. You got it right.
The nuance.
I didn't expect you to get it right.
I am full of surprises, best friend.
Yep. You sure are.
All right, so no dietary anything. Fine, good deal. Food will be brought out shortly. Please feel free to relax. You are no longer slaves. If you would like to leave after we talk to you, you may leave. If you would like to leave now, you may leave now. It is completely up to you. You are free from this point on. So, if you would like to stay, have a meal, a bath, a night's rest, and then hear us out for an offer, you can. But if you'd like to leave, you may. So she goes, "I'm Brilla the Bolt. If you need anything, you can ask any of us here, but I'm generally the most conducive to a conversation." And she goes
That's the dwarf.
yeah, she goes and sits the crossbow on the bar, reaches down, grabs out a bottle of whiskey, and pops the top off as she walks back through the other door.
I'll go talk to the skittish one.
Which one?
Isn't there one that?
There's a so sitting at the bar. Oh, the Dragonborn. Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, she's kind of like everyone's sitting at like So there's 3 long tables. Is everyone sitting together, or are you just gonna sit off by yourself? I just want to know how you're kind of situated.
I'm gonna watch how other people react first.
There's 3 long tables, and there is head at both ends, and then there are 6 seats along each one. And then there's a bar that's got 8 seats, and then there's two of them in the middle.
I would like to sit to the right of the head of the middle table.
Okay.
Which one's the first table?
So you kind of walk in, and so the three tables are right in front of you. So the middle table is going to be the first one that you could walk to.
Sit
Oh, so they're
at the
going
just
long
'cause
ways.
it's-
Yeah, they're going a long way away from you.
Since it's the closest, I'll sit at the middle table.
Okay.
I sit across from her, waiting for her to turn back to a spider.
Just staring.
Just staring.
It's okay, dude. Okay, just making sure you didn't swallow the bottle cap.
No.
Again.
Where will we sit, friend?
Where would you like to sit?
I would like to sit next to the spider lady.
No. I sit at the head of the table she's sitting at, or she's sitting next to the head.
Oh, okay.
I sit there.
And he grabs a chair and then moves it around to sit between the two of y'all, so he can sit next to you.
That is power play.
He's just like, he's not strong, so it's like,
Oh, do you need help?
you are smaller than me. And he moves over and sits there, and gets up on it, and pops down.
He's sitting next to you.
It's so pretty. I was talking about my drink.
Oh.
It's a trans drink.
All right, so
Wait, wasn't it just blue?
Yes.
And now
That's
it's
why it's your
transition to
favorite
pink.
and then where are you sitting?
I'll follow Avo.
Okay, Avo, like everyone else is kind of sitting at the middle table at this point, so she just kind of goes about midway down. She's not sitting right next to anybody, but she just kind of goes midway down
Same.
and sits at the middle table.
I'll sit on her right.
All right, so Bristol kind of flies over and then like kind of looks at the chair and then just kind of sits down cross-legged on the table and just kind of like sitting there. Dagus goes and sits at the head on the other end of that middle table. So he just kind of goes and sits down.
How long are these tables?
Huh?
How long are they?
There's like I said 4. There's 4
How long?
places. So there's 4 places on each side.
Oh, okay. Okay. So 10 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just kind of sits there. And then, one second. And the Dragonborn, she kind of like walks over and sits at the table on the right. All right, Killian, you wander over to her.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Hi.
Hello,
What's your name?
Clexus.
Oh, that's a good one.
Thanks.
My name's Patriot.
I think that's a good name or that's a good joke? Well, that's a good one.
That's not real.
Man.
Name's Petrie. Nice to meet you.
She just kind of reaches down. Do you grab her finger and start like, examining it? Just kind of like pulls back a little, like she.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm a doctor. Trust me.
You're a doctor. Trust you.
Yeah, don't you see by the Red Cross? On my helmet, on my clothes.
I don't know if that means something where you're from, but it doesn't mean anything to me. The Red Cross does not. We don't have doctors that wear red crosses.
That's because they're weak, huh? It's okay.
Weak?
Well, anyways, you can trust me.
I don't know that I do, Petrie.
Why?
Because you are a talking piece of wood.
Oh, well, it's kind of mean. I'm gonna be
I'm
honest.
not trying to be mean to you. I'm so sorry. Did I offend you? I'm so sorry that I offended you. I'm just saying that I don't I don't know you, and
Great. Well, I'm Petrie. And I do.
okay,
Can I sit here? I'm gonna sit here.
that's
That is my hell. A complete stranger across me and say, I'm gonna sit by you. Oh God.
that's most of our hell.
Yeah.
No.
You're anxious, huh? Mm-hmm.
It's the first time I've been away from my tribe.
Wow. This is the first time I've been away from my dad too. So we're like in common.
Your dad?
Yeah, my dad made me. He's pretty cool. He also made my brother. But my brother just kind of like does things. But yeah, my brother's real good. My dad took a nap. He's been taking a nap for a while. But yeah, my brother tells me stories. He's pretty cool. But yeah. Yeah.
And you're not scared?
Oh no. I'm terrified, but like, you see, I'm a helper. I'm a helping hand. I can't be scared.
That weirdly does make me feel better, Petrie.
That's good. Wonderful.
That was kind of creepy. Let's dial that back just a little.
Wondrous. Okay, but yeah. So your tribe, where they from? What they do?
From the Marigold Islands.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like I said, I'm not real familiar. The islands. There's a lot of pirate activity from the Elven warlords around,
Mm-hmm.
and so we don't really go anywhere, which is why it's weird that I'm not there.
Mm-hmm.
I was next in line to be the shaman.
Oh,
My mother.
okay.
She's ill, and I need to get back to her.
Well, yeah, we really need to fix that, huh?
Would you help me, Petrie?
I can certainly try.
That would be amazing.
All right. So is that like east, north, west, south of here?
Don't know where we are.
That's great, because I don't either.
So, as everyone is having conversations, and Dagus is having a dick swinging contest, stare down with Drossel at the opposing heads of table, the door opens, and you can see three halfling boys. They're probably in their early teens. They come in and they've got like poles on their. Two of them have poles on their shoulders, and they're just carrying a swinging huge pot, and you can smell the stew from here. And they kind of walk over and set it up on the table, and the other one is carrying just a kind of a tray just full of bowls and spoons, and they start like ladling it out and then bringing it over to everyone, and kind of giving everyone a bowl of stew and a spoon. And as they're doing that, Brilla walks back in. She's carrying a tray that's just piled high with crusty, fresh bread. And she just kind of walks over and sits it on the table where everyone is sitting, and then she grabs 2 loaves off the top and then walks over and puts it down with Clexus and Petrie. And as they start doing this, Brilla goes, "More wine, ale, water. Anybody need anything to drink? Something stronger?" Alright, well, if you want something stronger, she walks over, and as she walks behind the bar, you just kind of see the top of her head and the horns, and then she walks over and you hear on wood stomp stomp, and she kind of comes up. She goes, "Bar's open. Who needs a drink?"
I step up.
So the moment she steps up and does that, the two that are sitting there get up and then walk over to the unoccupied table and they sit. So as they go, the one in kind of the black loose fitting clothing kind of turns. He's like older, like when I say older, like 70s human, but moves with a fluid grace still. Lots of wrinkles, but he wears a mask that kind of comes over. It just covers his nose, and then goes over. It's this black piece of cloth that just covers his nose, and he does have like a full kind of mustache, like gray mustache and goatee that kind of forms together. But they get up, they take their cups, and they get up and they walk over to the empty table and sit there. She's like, "All right, what am I getting you?"
Something strong. What the strongest?
The strongest. Do you have a plane of existence preference? You don't understand that.
I don't know of the two.
Okay.
This one and well, I don't even know if this one really, but I know the shadow plane.
All right. She kind of looks you up and down, and then just grabs up a kind of a crystalline bottle with a blue liquid in it, pops the top, and
Yes.
then just pours your drink,
That's the
and
one.
then hands you that.
Just one.
Done.
Just one. Any
Fortitude check.
any racial preference? Any like dry, sweet? Any kind of preference of any kind?
Dealer's choice.
All right. Elvin is okay.
Sure.
Got it. She kind of rummages around, pulls out a bottle that has it's just a plain kind of bottle, but it has a kind of a golden leaf on it, and she takes that and she pops the cork out. She just hands you the bottle. And then a glass. Very fruity, delicious. Anybody else?
Do you have anything of the leaf variety?
Drink made out of leaves. Tea?
That's what she goes. She goes, "Do you mean tea? Fermented leaves? Wait, hold on." She goes down and she starts rummaging around. She goes,
I thought you needed fruit to make fermented things.
"Aha!" And she pulls out a bottle that is a bottle. It is wrapped leaves with a cork in it. She goes, "Fleshy wine," and she pops the top, and it just smells earthy and floral.
Thank you.
She goes, "We don't have much call for that." So there you go. What? She goes, "We don't have much call for that," and she's pouring it, and the man made of bark kind of walks in and just kind of grunts and then walks away.
I take it and I drink the whole thing. I meant more to quiet the voices of the gods.
What?
I'll even take
You mean
mushrooms.
opium? Oh, okay. So you're wanting drugs, not alcohol. Of course, I can get that for you. She goes,
They're getting kind of loud.
"Got it."
Oi, you came over there.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Are you sure?
yeah.
Okay.
Zahalan, do you have any of that poppy left? And the older gentleman kind of looks over. She goes, "It's for the new recruits." And he just kind of rummages around and pulls out a bag. He walks over and hands it to you.
Thank you. Would you like me to read your fate for you in exchange?
I would absolutely hate that. Do you need a pipe?
Nope.
Okay.
Thank you.
He turns and walks back.
Just gonna chew on it like
You're just
tobacco.
gonna eat it?
Yep. Just stop. Just a look. And I'll put it away.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alexis, do you want anything? Help the nerves.
I don't want to go up there.
I got you. What do you want?
Can you see if they have rum?
Rum.
Pirate rum.
Pirate rum. Yeah, no problem. Hop over. Can I go look up?
She get on.
She kind of looks down at you.
One. Pirate rum.
Jesus Christ. It's freaking just so it's just pirate rum.
Wild. Daniel Thrasher. I sent
She
a video to you guys.
she grabs a bottle and kind of hands it down to you.
Great.
One pirate rum. Arr. Oh my God.
Make my way back. Look, I got it.
Oh, thank you. She pops the cork and she kind of sniffs it and then takes a small drink and she goes, "Oh, it's as good as they said it was." And she sets it down and she goes back to eating. All right. So everyone's eating and drinking. You kind of go through and she continues to get drinks for people if they want drinks. Everyone just kind of does their thing. Everyone's kind of, you get kind of towards the end and finishing up. And as that happens, she walks around and she kind of rummages underneath and she pulls out a big jar of tobacco. And she goes, "Anybody needs to smoke?" And she starts to open it up and she starts to pack a pipe. Do you need a pipe?
Sure, I don't think I've got.
I couldn't get any of your stuff. Sorry. Well, he couldn't get any of your stuff, and I apologize for that.
That's anyway. It's shite anyway.
This is my favorite sword.
I can make you a sword. You should have said something. I would have made one out of key.
You wait.
Keystone.
K.
Key. He's K.
K.
Yes. Yes, best friend.
His name was Key.
Yes. He was my brood mate.
Oh.
We were made at the same time on the same assembly line.
I see.
He was my brother.
You're telling me.
I miss him.
I'm sorry you missed
Huh?
him.
Am I being called?
Damn it.
Emotional support puppet.
I'm sorry you missed him. But you could have made me a sword in that cage,
Yes.
and we could have escaped.
I could not have made a sword that cuts metal bars. Plus, you shit yourself when you saw the keeper.
That was, I didn't actually shit myself.
You said you
It
did.
was a colloquialism.
Did he?
It's an idiom, if you will. Just a saying that people say when they are scared, and that man scared me.
Right. So if I would have made you a sword, you would have killed him.
I would have certainly tried.
No, you would not.
You're probably right. Do you want anything to drink?
I do not drink
Do you like
or eat.
What do you run on?
My legs.
I like you.
I mean, what?
Are you asking what my power source is? I knew
Yes.
that's what you meant.
You're-
It was a joke. Ha ha.
Yes. Well, very funny.
I know. The spark of life from Mechanus. I cannot explain it to you, so please do not ask.
All right. Very good.
What gives you life?
Can I have another, please?
She just pours another.
Thank you.
Okay, so as everyone is finishing up, the ogre walks back in, and he walks back in and just kind of is rubbing his face and his head as he walks over to the bar, and Brilla pulls out a very dark glass bottle and pours him just like a huge glass of some kind of dark liquid. He pours it and hands it to him. He takes he just kind of finishes. I mean, it's probably like 6 ounces and he just drains the whole thing and then sets it back, and she fills it up again. He says, I really don't know why the lady lets that place operate. He kind of turns and goes, yes, new people. Prepare yourselves for what I'm about to tell you. Everyone fed and drunk accordingly? Good.
Hardly.
You have been taken from wherever it is you're from, and you are now in a place we call the Outlands. If you know enough information about the way the planes of existence work, this will be easier. If not, you're just going to have to trust me on a few things.
Yes, sir.
When you consider the planes of existence, you have multiple planes of existence that are called the prime material planes. That is where most 95% of people live. That is your place with your kingdoms and your worlds and your islands and your petty squabbles, all of these things. Everything that you know of in your life and where you've been is on a plane of existence. There are so very many of these. So you have these multiple planes of existence. Well, then you also have the inner ring of planes. The inner ring are going to be more of the things like what you view as heaven and places that you go after you die. These are actual physical planes of existence, along with the 9 levels of hell and the 666 levels of the abyss. All of these things are real, actual places. Plus you have all of the elemental planes. You have the plane of water, the plane of fire, the plane of earth, the plane of air. You have the plane of shadow, which some of you know. You have the Feywild. You have so many different planes of existence. Now, with the difference is the prime material planes are just kind of generalized planes. The inner circle of planes are things made from the gods. So they are both good. You have the heavens, which are good planes of existence. Then you have the hells, which are evil planes of existence. The Outlands is the neutral plane of existence. Those which are neither good nor evil inherently. They do have, of course, those things there, but they are inherently neither. Our friend Kay comes from Mechanus. Mechanus is one of the Outlands. It's one of these planes of existence. Now, the Outlands lie, if you were to visualize it, in a loose circle around a mountain. On the top of that mountain, floating, is the city of Sigil. Sigil is known as the City of Doors. In Sigil, you can find doorways to every feasible plane of existence known. If you simply have the right key and know where the doorway is, you may walk through the doorway with the key and end up on that plane of existence. There's no way into Sigil without entering through one of these doorways. There is no way to walk to Sigil. You have to enter through a doorway. This is where you are now. We are in Sigil. Unfortunately, there is a call for and a usage of slaves in Sigil, although it is technically against the rules of our Lady Ruler. But as long as it doesn't draw too much of her eye, then things go on that she allows to go on. You all were taken from your plane of existence and brought here to be sold as slaves. That is why you are here. Now, we do not know what plane you're from. We don't know much of any of this kind of thing. But my master is against the idea of slavery in any way. And so every once in a while I will go over and I will buy as many as I can, mostly women and children, to free them from whatever nefarious reasons someone would buy them, and to free them, get them set up, get them into jobs where they can support themselves and they do not have to debase themselves to make money, and they don't end up on the streets of the Hive or scamming in the lower ward. Now, one of the other things that we tend to do when we go and we purchase the slaves and free them. You are all free. None of this is required of you in any way. We also look for people with the potentiality that could help us further our goals if they so wish. We look for people that have the ability to grow and become more powerful as they do. Someone's just starting off of their journey into adventuring on whatever they're doing, that we could see about getting to help us, because one of the problems in Sigil is that the more powerful you get, the more reputation you get, the more people know who you are, and the less you can get away with. Sigil is very much a place of doing things with intrigue and espionage more than just outright fighting and that kind of thing. So having a new crop of people, if they are willing to do it, to make some money and to do things like this is beneficial to us. So what we do is we would like to extend a job opportunity to you to help us out and to do this. And what we will do in the meantime is give you a place to stay, food. We will get you with the materials that you need, and if you so wish, then we will begin the long and arduous task of looking to see if we can find your plane of existence that you're from, and then after you have made enough money, then we will help you to get back to it, if that is what you wish. If you just prefer to go off into Sigil and do your own thing, you are welcome to do so. If you would like our help in getting you to your home, we will do this. We just need you to help us before, and help us make a little money in the meantime. So before you even consider agreeing to any of this kind of thing, there's a few things that you should know about Sigil. Number one, while it is ruled by a singular entity that is neither God nor man nor anything, she just is who she is. The day-to-day governings of Sigil are done by different factions And the different factions have different ideas on how things should be run. Because Sigil is definitely a place where ideas and thoughts have power. The whole Outlands are. So while you may be in one of the Outlands, which is ruled by law and order, if a city on the outskirts of such a place starts to delve into chaos, it will physically move out of that realm into another one. Ideas and philosophies have power in Sigil. It can literally change the very landscape of what is going on. So, the factions are basically the bastions of different ideals and ideologies. So, we technically are a faction, but we don't really exist inside such ideologies. We all have different ideas. Ours is simply attempting to wrest enough power away from all of the ideologues to make it where the rest of us normal people can live in peace, is our idea. So, we are called the Endless Dreamers, and I am offering you at this point to join with us and to do some things for us. In payment, we will not only give you money, but as I said, begin to look for ways to get you back to your home if that's what you so wish, or if you simply wish to stay with us, and this place can be an absolute wonderful place, but it can also be horrifying, because literally you may be walking through the streets and see an angel and a demon passing on separate street corners at the same time. Sigil, because of its neutrality, tends to attract people that come here to hammer out treaties and things like that. So you may have devils and demons in the 1,000-year war of the hells come here to try to work out an agreement. Gods cannot come here. You cannot. A divine being cannot enter into Sigil. Their emissaries can, but they cannot. So, while you may have some talking in your head, they cannot actually get you here, because they cannot come. So, only the Lady of Pain can exist here, and she does not tolerate other gods.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is a lot of information, and I know this. You have already met some of the Slumber. The Slumber is the first, the longest lasting group of people that we have used to do these things. You kind of see them scattered around here. Zahalan is their leader. If you have, he is quite, he's been doing this for quite some time. Although he acts like he is not willing to answer your questions, he will do so. Yes, Zahalan? And he just kind of looks over at him, goes, just nods. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I am Vezdar, by the way. I am the leader of the faction, also the owner of the inn above us, which is called the Will o' the Wisp. His name is Ikelos. You probably won't meet him for a good time. He is embroiled in many, many things. He doesn't really show himself all that often. So just know that I, Vezdar, am the kind of go-between for most of the day-to-day things. If something goes on in the Will o' the Wisp that needs to be taken care of, or something goes on with the Dreamers, then I'm generally the face to seek out whenever this is happening. So I know this is a lot of information very fast. So what I would like to do now is, if you have specific questions, you may ask me, but I would like to encourage you all to go and to take advantage of the bathhouses and maybe sleep in a real bed. You all have, so this is the Underwisp. This is kind of where we train and our new groups kind of meet. And so Through that door there is a host of rooms, and you all have you may take whichever one you'd like, and that is your room for as long as you need it. There will be food served twice a day, from breakfast and dinner here, if you would like it. If there's somebody here, we will serve you. If not, then that is fine. Yes, so I would like to encourage you to take a bath, maybe drink a little more, maybe get a good night's sleep, and then we can kind of talk more tomorrow. I will say that Miss Aries, she was the one that was helping the women and children over. She is the one who normally runs the Underwisp, and so you will see her shortly once she gets all of the women and children settled. She'll be back over here. And so if you need me, she can get me. Or if you'd like to just come to the Wisp and find me, that's fine too. I want to make sure that you understand that you are not beholden to me in any way, or to the Endless Dreamers. You may leave whenever you wish. But yes, so as of now, if you have questions, you may ask me. But if not, take advantage of what I'm telling you. Get you a good night's sleep, and then maybe we can converse more on everything tomorrow. I would warn you, you may do whatever you would like. You may go out. I will warn you that the first time you actually go out onto the street, it may be a lot. I could try to describe it to you, but it's better for you just to see it yourself to fully understand what I'm saying. Make sure if you do go that you take someone with you in case you faint or pass out. But just be aware. Okay, good. And he kind of walks over to Zahalon and starts talking.
Go take a bath.
Okay.
I never once stopped staring at her.
What?
I go up to the
Probably
Brilla.
gross.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Can I have a journal? Paper, pen.
Yes. I will go and steal one from Maroon. Yeah, I get you that.
Thank you.
Yeah. It may take a minute, but I'll get it for you. Actually, she goes, you know what? Hey, Cog, you over there? And then you hear kind of a chirp, and the little dragon kind of flies over. And she goes, go to your master's room and get me one of the mini blank journals that he has, that he says he needs, but he's not going to use. Okay? And it chirps and then kind of flies off. I like him. Can I have one? Drossel, will you give me a clockwork dragon, best friend?
I will certainly do my best.
Drossel will get me a clockwork dragon!
Hey, nice.
Can I say, you are your own person.
Yes, I am my own person. The best friend of Drossel.
You have your own conscience, your own needs, your own wants.
Yes, and I
desires.
want to be next to you.
What I mean is, if you should not rely on me.
I am not. I am here to help you.
So you can go get your own cog. Is what I'm saying.
I do not understand.
Do you take baths?
I do not.
I'm going to take a bath.
In oil.
I'm going to take a water bath.
I will wash you.
Yeah, I love this guy.
And I will make sure the water is the optimum heat or coolness that you appreciate.
It's fucking
It's a
boiling
Brillo
or
bath.
freezing.
That might work out.
Yay!
Follow along to the bath.
So, as y'all are following Jeremy down the hallway, is it rude to call you a dog?
No.
Oh, good. What is your name?
Diddle.
Dittle. I like you, Dittle. I am Kay.
I hear
This
you're
is my best
his
friend.
Best friend.
Yes, this is my best friend, Drossel. I made him a leg.
Oh.
It can get wet. It's fine. I can technically get wet. I just do not like it.
Right on, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
Sure.
Please do not wet me.
Cool.
Oh my
No
goodness.
doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
All right, so y'all go down to the baths.
Mm-hmm.
So in the room, it is like there are curtains between them. There's 3 copper tubs.
3 what?
Copper tubs.
Copper tubs.
What did you think he said?
I think it's copper tops like Duracell. I couldn't figure out what that was. In terms of bath, I couldn't figure out what that was. It's a copper top.
It's for Kay.
Right.
All right, so y'all go take baths. What's the rest of you do?
Well, I'll be talking to Klexes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
She's
what are you
pretty
thinking?
drunk at this point.
Oh, what are your thoughts?
I think that pirates are awesome and that they must have a great life just drinking rum all the time.
Yeah, but drinking rum all the time could kill you.
So can just being alive and slaughtered by
Oh,
pirates.
you're being a negative Nancy right now.
My name is Nancy. It's Klexus.
Okay, Klexes. Well, you shouldn't drink all the time. It's bad for your liver.
The way from that.
Is that what it is?
It's just
Well,
the shakiest waveform.
well, I guess we can talk about that tomorrow because you're a little out there right
I
now.
think I need to go to bed.
Right. Yeah, go to bed. Wake up with a fresh attitude in that morning.
Okay.
I think you're doing a great job.
Thanks, Petries.
No, be treated, but that's okay. Okay, bye-bye. I'm gonna talk to everyone else.
Bye.
I think I saw the dog going that way.
Dagus gets up and walks over to the door, looks at it for a second, and nods. Me. Opens it, and walks out.
To the bath or to out?
Out.
What a dummy.
I must have just said bye.
No, I'll be right back. I just have to see what this is that they're talking about that might make me faint.
They just had to take a friend.
You want to come?
Always.
You just gonna look and then come right back.
Yeah, no, I don't plan on going anywhere. I'm pretty exhausted. I would like a bed. I've been in that cage for like the rest of you may have only gotten there, but I've been in there for like 6 days.
Yeah, we'll look.
Alright, so yeah, he's like you walk up to the door and he's like just standing right outside it.
I fall over.
I close the door in his face.
I open the door and continue following.
I have hands.
Alright, so you walk down. So the alleyway, like there's overhang here, and so and it's kind of dark and kind of shaded because of the way the buildings kind of overhang each other. But you walk down. The big crate truck is gone, and you walk down to the bustling road. I mean, you can see just a lot of you can see a ton of traffic, and as you're like watching the people go by, your mind quickly just starts to reel from the different races and ancestries that are walking by. It's not like most cities have are mostly human or mostly elf. It's just literally everything. As you're watching and kind of walking up, you see someone that looks like they're made of purple gelatin that's just kind of walking down the street that you've never seen before. Dagus goes, "Oh, that's interesting." But you kind of walk out and you walk out of the alleyway, and yeah, your mind just starts to reel. So I know meta, y'all know this, but as you're kind of looking and you kind of look down the street, as you look down the street, instead of it kind of gradually going down in the distance, you kind of look down the street and it's going up. And as you look, you can see the buildings that are on there, and you keep looking, and as you look straight up, the city is on the other side of this vast open space between you and it. And as you follow it around and look back down, the entire thing is on the inside of a massive circle. And you kind of look off to the left, and the city goes up the walls as well, but it doesn't go all the way. It doesn't meet. It's not a sphere that meets. It just kind of goes up like this, and then up like this, and then there's a sliver of sky that you can see outside of that.
So it's the inside of that.
Yes. You're inside a donut.
Were the voices just too loud, or did he not tell us about this?
No, he said he couldn't describe it, and I kind of get that.
No, that's some horseshit. We're in a ring.
We are.
I live here now.
And look over there. That's fucking like that's like pits of fire that's just randomly in the city.
It's so cool.
And is that a factory? What is this place?
That part I will tear down.
That is belching smoke into the air.
Can you see like clean lines between the different factions? Like, is it pretty?
No, because the different wards, the edges of them kind of blend together.
Okay, that's why I wasn't sure.
Yeah, and so you are.
Where are we?
Where are you?
And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just yelling
Cannot sleep.
I cannot
right
sleep
into
tonight.
right into the microphone.
Cannot sleep.
Okay.
Evan,
I got a good bit of compression on it, so
That's good. That's good.
yeah.
Right, yeah.
So you are
Slags.
I see.
Kurt.
Oh, technically in the ladies' ward.
You're on the cusp
Yeah,
of the ladies'
yeah.
ward and the lower ward.
Interesting.
The ladies' ward. I don't understand any of this.
Ladies,
You will.
what a night, what a night.
I like that you don't.
This
It's
is
gonna
my
be
first
interesting. Actually, I
time
don't
really
think
playing
so.
here.
I've never
Never run it
played
as
not
Sigil
like
before.
this. Not like this. So nobody really knows this kind of stuff.
Thank God.
Oh, I see.
So we
So
kind
it
of run it as Sigil,
It
but
runs
Yeah, but not like this.
like this. So these two sections here are the hive
Right.
because it runs together.
Correct.
Okay.
It's a halo, right?
Yeah.
It's the inside of a donut.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's Halo.
it's
It's
Halo,
Halo.
or Elysium.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
Or the thing from Interstellar at the
Yeah.
end.
Bye, Ash. Thanks for watching.
Oh, she go?
Yes.
Like leaving with
I said bye, Kevin.
Bye. 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 Bye.
I need you to open your TikTok right now and watch the video I sent you.
No, not right
We're
now.
in
Yes,
the
right now.
game, you gosh darn goober.
It's 9:15. You just explained that to us. Game
So-
over, man. Game
Game
So yes. So, but yeah, that's kind of where you are. I'm gonna get some dry erase markers
Marshals.
to so we can kind of draw on it as we go.
Okay.
Around the world.
But yeah, so he like sits there and kind of looks around for a couple of minutes,
So this is directly above us.
pretty much, and goes, "Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna go to bed now."
Yep. I'm gonna write.
It is starting to get dark, by the way.
Let's go. Well, you
You're
can
gonna ask?
stay.
What?
Oh, I thought you were like, because the day and
Because I
night
can
cycle
touch it.
does absolutely exist.
Yeah, no, I was gonna ask.
I know. That's saw the look. Well, I said it's starting to get dark, and you were like, and I saw you go like this. But yes, day and night cycle absolutely exists in Sigil.
Do both sides get dark,
Yep.
Okay.
like at the same time?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Does the sun do a figure eight through it?
You don't see a sun.
It's just light and
That's-
it's just dark.
Correct.
Just ambient light.
It is directional though, because there are shadows.
Oh.
But yeah.
With
fuck is this
LEDs
place?
around the rim.
It's time to go to bed.
It's like a light
So, yeah.
source from
Yeah. So he goes
In the
back in,
game engine.
and he's like, "All right, I'm done.
You don't know where
I'm
it's at.
done
It's
with
just
this." So, does anybody have any questions before they head off to do anything?
No, I just need my journal.
So, as you walk back in, you can see Cog flying in, clutching a very nice leather-bound, hand-cut pages journal, and he's got that in one hand and a quill and ink in the other. He kind of flies over. He chirps.
Thank you, buddy.
Sits down. Sits in your hand.
Cog, you speak English?
He nods.
How do you communicate?
He chirps, and as he chirps, you just kind of get images in your head.
And then I message back and I can communicate that way too.
He just gives you a message of like one of him smiling.
Thanks, Cog. I go find a room and I write in my journal.
Okay.
I go to a room and check my pockets to see if my collar. Right? I get violently pissed off. Throw the table. Throw the bed.
It's the awkward way. So this is the door. Like,
And you just see an angry dog throwing shit in his room.
He's not indoor dog trained yet.
Okay, well that's something
So,
I should do later.
did you open the door and looking in?
yeah, dude.
Okay. So, as you like, a shadow kind of casts over you, as the woman with the white hair from earlier kind of leans forward. She goes, "Hey, can I get you something? Are you okay?
My collar.
Your collar? Is it a specific collar or just a collar?
Specific.
Okay, I will see what we can do. Okay, I can't do it tonight, but I'll have somebody go back over and see if they could get that for you. Okay. All right. In the meantime, is there anything I can do for you? Okay. All right. She goes, furniture can be replaced. If it makes you feel better to break it, you go right ahead. I just want you to know that I'm here if you need something.
I'll continue to break furniture.
Okay. She goes,
I'll make a little nest in the corner.
okay. So, she goes, "Hey, you're Petrie, right?
Yeah, that's me.
I'm Maceris." She shakes your hand.
Just to bend over to shake your head.
Yes, she does. She goes, "Have you found a room yet?" Or
I haven't found a room, no.
she goes, "Do you need some help?"
Yeah.
All right. She holds your hand and she takes you over to she takes you down because like some of the rooms are occupied, so she takes you down and opens one. She goes, "Oh wait," she goes, so she takes you down a little farther, and you get down and there are some of the doors that are about half the size of the other doors. And she opens it up and she goes, and it's for like a halfling or a gnome, so it's still a little big for you, but it's way better than the other
This is
rooms.
so much nicer than home.
So does that work for you?
Yeah, everything actually kind of fits the size.
Okay, Petrie. All right, well, I'll let you get settled. If you need something, come let me know.
Okay.
All right. She nods and she kind of goes through and like if any of you are still out in the main area, she walks out. She's like, "Can I help anybody get situated? Does anybody need anything?" So Vezdar has gone because nobody had any questions for him, so he's gone. And Zahalam is the only one of those other that are still like Brilla has gone somewhere. Like all of them are gone, so it's just Zahalan and Merceris. But she kind of walks in, and if anybody's still in there, she's like, "Can I help you? Do you need anything? Can I help you get settled?"
Ava, how you doing?
I miss my books.
Here's some books. What kind of books?
Any books really, but mainly spell books.
Well, that might be a bit of a trick.
When Sarah comes over, she goes, "Yeah, I can do books. Anything particular?" And so they have a brief conversation about different kinds of books. And she goes, I'll get you what I can.
Can you get to the roof?
You absolutely can. So you have free reign. As you're going through, as you're kind of going through, she digs into her pocket and pulls out a coin, a silver coin. And the silver coin has just has a moon with kind of stars on it. She goes, be careful with that, because you're not actually, haven't chose to become a member of the Endless Slumber yet, but that's what that is. You can only go through the top floor with that.
Oh, I fully intend to.
So, okay, so if you want to go up, then you may absolutely take that and go and go up, but you have to have that to get to the top floor.
Hey, want to see this place?
She goes, tomorrow. I kind of want to go and just hunker down and read and absorb what's happening to me right now.
Fair enough.
Tomorrow, though, yes. She goes, you go look now so that you can know what to show me tomorrow.
Is there anybody who can help me with? Oh
He goes, oh, did you not take the potion?
no!
Oh, smart man. Okay.
No.
Yes.
I was told not to.
Yes, no, yeah, no, absolutely not. It makes you, she kind of points at Bristol, who's just kind of sitting on the table still,
I look.
and he's just kind of doing this. Get completely zonked out of it.
Yeah, and I look kicked to shit.
She goes, yes, give me 1 second. I don't know why Fezdak can get kind of lost in himself sometimes. She runs over and she rings a bell, and just a few minutes later, door opens and in walks a man, short man, about 3.5, 4 foot tall, in long kind of greenish robes. He is as he is a raccoon and the other guy's a cat, he is a goat. And he's got like the huge curling horns, and he's got spectacles on, and he kind of walks in the room very gray, like he's normally brown, but he's got a lot of gray, and he kind of walks over and goes, oh yes, yeah, and he just kind of lays his hand on you and mumbles some words, and like everything just heals.
Oh, thank God.
Does anyone else need my assistance? Okay. Shuffles over to you. And he goes,
What's your race like?
what's my race like?
Yeah, your culture. How long do you live?
Did you, what the hell? Oh. Are you actually interested?
Yes.
He goes and pulls up a chair. I'm so glad you asked.
Step pause.
Ken Burns' 20-part documentary. I can tell you all about it.
My race began.
I was there.
I am making so many mental notes during this. Crisscross applesauce directly in front of Grandpa.
Okay. Yeah, but he begins to tell you. All right. So I think, are you gonna go?
I know, I'm gonna go crash.
You're gonna go crash.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you go
So
back,
good.
find your
Go
room.
with a friend. I'm not sleeping.
Find your to go to the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go find your room, get settled. Everyone kind of goes and
Just so you're aware, I make a web in the top left corner of the room facing the door,
I absolutely
and I
love that.
sleep in the web.
Mhm. Fantastic.
Okay, great.
But as everyone kind of
Just in case somebody wakes me up in the middle of the night.
everyone kind of drifts off to sleep, and or powers down, or whatever they're going to
don't know what a pumpkin does.
as whatever they're going to do.
Just
It's the
I can only
collapses.
Press the button.
I can only imagine just Toy Story.
with all of
It's my
the with all of the things that
Oh god.
have gone on.
No.
That's amazing. Or it's
Eyes wide open.
It's cannons happening. That's how I sleep.
Everyone drifts off on their first night in Sigil, and as you kind of power down or fall asleep, most of you just drift off into blissful unawareness and have a very solid night's sleep, except for Jeremy and Killian. We will discuss all of this next time.
No!
As your nightmares start to fester.
I don't want the nightmare!
And that's where we're going to end it. So thanks everyone for joining us. And we are going to do this again next week at 6:30, maybe a little bit after that, just because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to work next Sunday. So it's going to be somewhere between 6:30 and 6:45 when we get started. I may be shoveling food in my mouth, but we'll get started. So anyway, everybody have a good night, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't get to say sorry anymore. We're past that.
That's not
That's not how